Morning, guys. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Pride. Some things going on depending on where you are in the country. If you're in Florida, it's just been raining nonstop. Hurricane season is coming in strong. Can everybody hear me okay? Morning, guys. Hey, Bradley. Hey, Andres. Hey, Walter. Not sure how the picture is, but I finally got a new phone. So hopefully the quality is a lot better. Let's see, we'll wait just a little bit. Oh, good. Yeah, I am. Believe it or not, I do not love technology. So um, I only get a new phone when I absolutely have to, and I think it was time. So, all right, so let's get into it. For those of you that haven't been on, if there's might be one or two of you, big wins for the week. Would you do really well, or would you, if you've already been on here this week, would you do really well the last few days? You gotten a little bit stronger, gotten all your workouts in, just feeling better than you have been? What are the big wins? What are you grateful for? Okay, not feeling bad, Walter. That's good. Hope you recover quickly. Oh, awesome. That's great news. Good for you. Okay, Jamie. Good, good. Good to hear. And let's see. Looks like some of you others have been on here. Went down in body fat. That's that's always amazing. And let's see. I think that's everyone. And what can I help you guys with? What do you have questions on? What are you maybe struggling with? Okay. Yeah, just do like a lot of people do, Walter. Just as soon as you get done with work, just go right after. Everything else that you need to do tonight can wait. Okay, seeing some areas tone up. Lynn. Lynn lost 3 pounds. Just got started. Okay. Very, very good. Now, Lynn, keep in mind, it's not going to be 3 pounds every single week. It's not gonna be 3 pounds, 3 pounds, 3 pounds, 3 pounds, 3 pounds every single week. There's gonna be weeks where you stay kind of the same. There's gonna be weeks where maybe you just went up because you had some extra water, but it's gonna be a downward trend. So just keep that in mind. Sure, drinking more water. Yeah, for me, you might have seen this in one of my videos, like the water video, but as soon as I wake up, um, and I'm a bigger guy, especially bigger than you, but for me, I need about 100 ounces of water a day. And I used to struggle with getting water in too. So, what I do to kind of trick myself to have a jump start over everyone is as soon as I get up, the first thing I do is, well, before I like to shower before I do anything, but before I shower, I'll drink. Uh, if you fill up the top of a Brita pitcher, let it seep down. I'll drink about that for water. I'll kind of just chug a couple glasses of that, which is 25 ounces. So before I even start my day, I'm 25 ounces in. Like I said, I am a bigger guy, so for you, that would probably only be 10 to 12 ounces, right? So just like a big glass of water, and you should be good. But if you do that at the very start of your day, first thing when you get up, and then you have another glass at every meal, you should pretty much be good. That way, you don't have to constantly remind yourself and constantly remember. So, as soon as you get up, and then breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and you're fine. So, I'd say for breakfast, you might just sip on a little bit because you just had water. But everybody's a little bit different. But that's what's worked for me anyway, and that's what's worked for a few other people too that have had trouble. Let's see. Yeah, there's not like a home program, but I can make you one. So let me just make a note for you, because I think you already filled out the check-in sheet, and you probably didn't put it on that, right? So let me just put it in for you. Where is it at? Cool. Yeah, I made a note. Should be able to make one for you tomorrow. Okay. But yeah, a lot of people have that for like kind of like a little emergency workout. Like, oh, I can't make it to the gym, but I need to be able to do something. Also, something you can do is just move it to a different day. But I'd say best case, like I can't make it to the gym today. Okay, I'll just do it tomorrow and move my workout to a different day. That's the best case. If you're looking at your schedule and you're like, and I'm not going to be able to move my workouts either, my other workouts, then go for the home workout. Okay. Let's see. What else you guys got for me? You sure can. Yeah, just scroll up, fill out that form. Um, I think there's only been, like 10, 11 people that have signed up so far, which is less than I thought. So maybe you guys just haven't gotten around to it or you haven't seen it, but fill out that form, and then that's all you have to do. I'll put you guys in a group like when we have enough people. I'd say I thought everybody would probably like fill it out same day, but I get it, you guys are busy, so maybe I'll drop the link again. Like I'll message you guys in the group again, and hopefully we can get a few more. Because otherwise, we're only going to have like 3 groups. So that's like I was saying before. That's why I haven't done this, because it's kind of like 50-50. Like some people want to do it, and then other people they really don't want anything to do with a group. So it just depends. But yeah, fill it out, and that's all you have to do. I'll take care of the rest. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? Might be a short one. All right, seems like that's it. I'm gonna make a few videos today. Still want to make that upper body stretching video for you guys that I said I would do yesterday. But now that I have this new phone, it'll be easier. And some other videos coming out. So let's see, Bradley, how do you measure body fat? So depends. There is, well, there's a few ways. I'll go, I'll go top, like the top ways to the bottom ways. So the best way ever that you could possibly do is a DEXA scan. You basically lay on this table, right, and it scans. It's not cheap. It usually costs like $150 because the machine is a $250,000 machine. So you lay on this table, scans your body, and it'll tell you to the ounce how much fat you have, how much muscle you have, bone density, pretty much everything. Visceral fat versus like subcutaneous fat. It's amazing. Um, if you have one close by and you can afford it, I would say do it once a year. Do it twice a year, maybe. Um, but it's not practical for the reason that if you live in a small town, there aren't a lot of small towns that have it. If you're in a big city, you can probably find one. So that's pretty good. Second best would be the bod pod. Bod pod, you get in to this little pod. It creates air displacement, and it can measure your body weight or body fat that way. That's pretty accurate. Uh, Third place would probably be calipers. Uh, well, let me back up. I would argue now that third place would probably be InBody. InBody is a machine that you stand on barefoot and you grab a few handles, and it'll basically send like an electric current like through one hand, through the other hand, into your feet, and it basically measures how much resistance is created through those currents, like how much resistance for that current. And then it does kind of an equation to calculate body fat. It's not the most accurate, but it's very consistent, which is important. If it's consistent, that's amazing. Because let's say you're actually 30% body fat, but the InBody tells you you're 22% body fat, right? That's deceiving. But the important thing is it says you're 22% body fat even though you're 30. The important thing is if you go down 2% body fat in the next month, it'll now tell you that you're 20%. So it's consistent, right? Same thing with the scale. Your scale being accurate doesn't really matter, but your scale being consistent matters a lot, meaning if you're actually 220 pounds, but the scale says you're 200, I don't care about that as long as if you lose 2 pounds and you're now 198 or you're now 218 in reality, the scale will tell you you're 198. That's what actually matters. So the InBody would probably be my third place pick, and the InBody is at a lot of gyms. Again, it depends on the gym. Some gyms, if you're a member, it's free. Other gyms, it doesn't matter. You might have to pay 30 bucks, 50 bucks, something like that to get scanned. I would say fourth place is going to be calipers. Calipers are basically, for lack of a better word, they're these little pinchers, right? And you'll have to get a trainer to do this, and the trainer will come up to you. They'll take like part of your chest and they'll pinch it, and the calipers will basically measure how many millimeters of subcutaneous fat is there. Then they'll take from your stomach, they'll pinch it, and they'll place the calipers on your stomach, and it'll measure how much subcutaneous fat is there. Then they add up all the millimeters, they use an equation to divide it, and they can calculate your body fat. Now, the calipers is actually, if done correctly, is incredibly accurate. And it used to be the best way that people did it. The issue is a lot of trainers at these gyms now aren't trained really well in doing caliper measurements. And so the problem with calipers is, let's say you go in and they do all your measurements and they calculate you at 25% body fat, right? So you're 25% body fat. Then train with me for a month, you go back in, you get your body fat tested by those calipers again, and you have a different trainer that tests you, or you have the same trainer. Let's say you just have the same trainer. Let's say he's not super experienced in that, but he kind of knows what he's doing. So he goes through the measurements, but on your stomach, or on your, I think they call it the suprailiac, which is like on the side. It's basically on the side of your stomach. They take this measurement for the second time after a month, right? But this time, he's about 1.5 inches higher than he was last time, right? It doesn't sound like much, but the difference in millimeters between the correct spot and 1.5 inches above, it could be 4 or 5 millimeters difference. And if it's 4 or 5 millimeters difference, that just messed up your whole calculation. So it's very accurate, but it's not consistent unless the trainer's consistent. And so that's why I kind of hesitate to tell people to go get caliper measurements now, because I don't know the expertise of the trainer you're going to have. They might have done 1,000 of them and they're really good, or they might be 24 years old and they've done like 20 measurements in their life, and it's probably not going to be very consistent. So you're kind of wasting your time, right? So that's why I kind of put calipers as number 4. Number 5 would be, you can get, I think they call it electromagnetic impedance. Some gyms have these for free just to kind of make people feel good. You can also get them on Amazon for 50 bucks, but basically it's a very cheap version of the InBody where you have this handheld thing. You put your arms out and you hold it, and then it sends an electrical current through one arm, out the other, and it measures body fat that way. It's not very accurate at all, and it's not always consistent, but some of them are okay. It kind of depends on the person. It will put you much lower body fat than you actually are. Like for me specifically, the last time I did it, it said I was like 4% body fat. I'm not 4% body fat. I have low body fat, I have abs, those good things, but I'm definitely not 4%. 4% is like on stage bodybuilder, you can see every vein in your body, right? So that would probably be my last place for how to calculate body fat. I know that was a super long answer, but that's a good question, so I kind of wanted to talk about it. Maybe we'll make this into a little video too. Let's see, what else do we got? Walter. Dunkin' Donuts. President Dad. Okay. I think I've heard that before. That's funny. Um, yeah, Bradley, and it depends on the place too. Like I know people that do bod pods every month for free because the gym they work at is like super cool and they're good with the gym owner and they got a pod originally 10 years ago. They used to charge for it and now no one really uses it, so they just do it to keep their clients happy. So it really depends on the place. When I was in college getting my master's, like obviously I went to school for exercise physiology and nutrition and all that. I could do DEXA scans every month for free, so that was really cool to see. So it really just depends on where you are. The pricing is not consistent. I've seen even for InBody, I've seen there were some gyms. I used to live in New York City. There were some gyms in New York for the InBody, which is just you stand on it and you hold these handles and it just prints off a little piece of paper. They were charging like $80 for that. So really just depends. I would kind of search for those in your area and like see which gyms have them, and then kind of go in and talk to them and see if you can maybe work out a deal. If they know you're going to come every month, they'll probably give you some leeway or give you some sort of discount because there aren't a lot of people that regularly go get their body fat checked. And I disagree with that. I think you should. If you have a lot of you don't have access to that type of stuff because you might live in a small town and a bod pod or InBody might be an hour and a half away. If that's the case, we can look at other ways. We can look at measurements, we can look at your body weight, all that good stuff. We can look at progress photos. Progress photos are amazing to use. But if you have one 10 minutes away at a gym and you only have to pay 30 $40, do it if you can afford it. So let's see, looks like some other people jumped on here. What other questions do you guys have? Yeah, so I mean, for you it should be easy to find one. um, just depends on pricing. For others, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I know I did have a client that was competing, and he drove like an hour once every 6 weeks just to do the bod pod. So if it's important to you, like you can do it, but you don't need to if it's not fairly close. Let's see. What other questions do you guys have? Oh yeah, Lifetime Gym is great. I used to go to Lifetime. Went to Lifetime like 2 years ago for a couple months when I was in St. Louis for a bit. Yeah, they take care of you if you have that. think there's like the base membership and then the extra membership for maybe, I think it's like $60 a month or something where I was. You can do anything. You can do the InBody. You can get like, they had those little electric massage beds, which was cool. Yeah, Lifetime's great. I miss that gym. Let's see. Did I miss any? No? Any other questions, guys? All right, well, we are doing another live tomorrow to start off the week. So I'll text you guys a schedule for the week pretty soon. And hope to see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your weekend. And if you need anything else, just text me on the app. I'm gonna be out for a bit of the day, but I'll be back on tonight, so I'll be able to answer some messages. Okay? Is there another one? No. Oh, I think that's it. All right, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you on the next one.